Chapter 36. Rimuru. It has been 14 years since I saved Shizu. During this time, nothing too noticeable happened except for some developments about Shizu. The first significant change was that Shizu acquired a hero's egg and successfully hatched it. Now, she is a full-fledged true hero. This transformation happened when we were out adventuring. Following her incarnation into her new body, she decided to live with us. Given her adventurous past in another timeline, she expressed a desire to become an adventurer here as well. So, Shizu and I set out to explore one of the human countries, offering our aid to people in need, much like typical adventurers would. Currently, there is no guild or formal organization, so we simply help people defend against monsters and engage in other adventuring tasks. Initially, I was not going to help those humans, but Shizu made me do that. After so much experience with women, there is only one thing I can say in times like this, and that is, women. Right now in human countries, Shizu is known as the conqueror of flames, or the hero. As for myself, I haven't let them find out too much about me. If I am correct, then the guild was established by one of her students, who will be summoned to this world in a few years from now. And if my assumption is right, his name is Yuki Kagarizaka. I wonder what kind of person he will be because Seal didn't give me too much information about him. When we went to human countries for the second time, about a year after Shizu and I started adventuring, she acquired a hero's egg. It happened while we were in a forest near a country. Suddenly, a big horde of monsters came out of nowhere and attacked some humans. Shizu went to help them, but before going she told me not to intervene in that fight because she wanted to handle it by herself, using her own skills. I respected her wish and didn't intervene. During that fight, she acquired a hero's egg. 14 years ago, after returning to her adult body, Seal bestowed upon Shizu the skills that she was compatible with, which she directly engraved onto her soul. Seal gave her the following skills. 1. Unique skill, Guide. 2. Unique skill, Blaze. 3. Unique skill, Illumination. Seal gave her these 3 unique skills. Shizu was able to wield 3 unique skills because of me. I mean, because of my magicals fusing with her soul and us having a strong and deep soul corridor, similar to the one that Veldora and I share. Her soul strengthened and became powerful beyond anyone's comprehension, of course, except for me and Seal. Her soul is strong enough that now, before evolving into a true hero, she can wield more than 5 or 6 unique skills. And if we talk about ultimate skills, then her soul is capable of wielding 4 ultimate skills at once. Her first unique skill, Guide, shared similarities with one of my initial skills, Great Sage, albeit with a notable distinction. It lacked the responsive function, focusing solely on enhancing the user's intelligence and sharpening decision-making speed. Moving on, her second skill, Blaze, centered around the manipulation of heat. This extraordinary ability granted her mastery over flames and temperature regulation. Through this skill, she harnessed the maximum power and properties of heat and flames, integrated after the spirit merged into her soul, synergizing with her innate abilities. Lastly, her third skill, Illumination, bestowed upon her command over light. Utilizing this capability, she tapped into the full potential of light's properties, inherited from the spirit's integration into her soul, synergizing with her innate abilities. When we started adventuring, I gave her a sword as a gift. It wasn't an exceptionally strong sword, just a legendary grade 1. I chose to give her a legendary grade sword instead of a mythical grade 1 because I knew Shizu's kind nature. I didn't want to impose anything on her or make her uncomfortable, so I decided on a less imposing gift. I didn't want to pressure her into accepting something beyond her comfort level. Hence, I made the decision to present her with a legendary grade sword. However, the sword I gave her is unique because I designed it so that whenever Shizu evolves or grows stronger, her sword will also evolve and become stronger alongside her. When I gifted her the sword, she was ecstatic. She named it, the Blade of Flames, the Golden Blade. Shizu chose this name because whenever she wields her flames with the sword, they transform into golden flames instead of their usual orange-red color. Furthermore, the temperature of her flames increases, making them even more powerful. In addition to the sword, I also gave her a copy of my mask. Now she possesses a mask as strong as Chloe's, meaning she now has a mythical grade mask. Around 12.5 years ago, while we were adventuring, approximately 1 month after Shizu acquired her hero's egg, I realized that I had started to develop feelings for Shizu. I came to this realization during a particularly intense battle where Shizu was facing a group of formidable monsters, challenging even for her and others at her level. Before entering the fight, she instructed me not to intervene and to let her handle the fight alone. During the battle, Shizu found herself in a perilous situation when she failed to notice 3 monsters approaching from behind, poised to attack her, or so I thought. For a split second, I feared that she was going to die, and just that thought stirred a mix of emotions within me, sadness and anger swirling together. I was on the verge of succumbing to a serious surge of anger, a destructive rage that could have had catastrophic consequences. However, Seal intervened just in time, managing to calm me down before I could act on my emotions and potentially unleash chaos upon the world. Seal told me that Shizu was just luring them into a trap, and the same thing happened after a split second when Seal informed me. After that moment, Shizu instantly killed all 3 of the monsters. From that moment on, I understood that I had feelings for Shizu. So, I did one thing, I talked with Seal about this. Seal told me that she is fine with me marrying Shizu because, in her eyes, Shizu is worthy to be with me. However, the problem is I am unable to tell Shizu about this. Whenever I try to talk with Shizu about this, I always feel so nervous. I have tried a few times too, but every time I start talking, I become nervous and change the subject. But that changed one morning when Shizu walked into my room and saw me sleeping with Seal. And that was the key point. After seeing me and Seal sleeping together, she was so distressed, but instead of avoiding us, she approached me and asked what was happening. Later, Seal, Shizu, and I had a talk. During that conversation, I explained to her about Seal and her role as my wife. And during that time, she also realized that she had feelings for me. But before I could say anything further, they sent me out of the room and had a talk. I don't know what they talked about, and they didn't tell me even after I asked them multiple times. But after finishing their talk, Shizu was the one who came to me and confessed her feelings. She came straight to me and asked if I could meet her in the garden that night, and after confirmation from me, they left. That day, Seal was outside of my soul for the whole day. That night in the garden, Shizu confessed to me, and I, gathering some courage, confessed my feelings to her. And that night marked the beginning of Shizu's and my relationship. It was also our first night together where we started our relationship. From then on, Shizu and I lived in the same room. I also shared with her the stories of Chloe, Velzard, and Velgrind. Initially, there were some disputes, but with open communication, everything smoothed out. Shizu accepted them, but not before making me promise that there would be no more women involved. Additionally, after Chloe left me and went into the future, I realized that I had developed feelings for her. Strangely, I hadn't realized it while Chloe was around, but her absence made me aware of it. So, when we meet again in the future, I intend to express my feelings to her. Even though I love all 5 of them, one truth remains unwavering: my heart belongs to Seal. I love Seal more than anyone, even more than Shizu, Chloe, Velzard, and Velgrind. I admit that I have fallen for them, but I will still say that I love Seal more than all of them. While I cherish the bond I share with each of them, none compares to the profound connection I have with Seal. Our love and bond transcend everything in existence, even the void itself. The only relationship that comes close to the depth of love and bond I share with Seal is the bond I have with Veldora. However, our bond is of a different nature, rooted in brotherhood rather than romance. Also, he is an idiot, but he is my idiot brother. As for Seal, she holds the key to my heart in a way no one else ever could, guiding me through life's journey with unwavering love and understanding. Even though I will marry all of them in the future, my love for Seal will remain unmatched and eternal. I live solely for Seal, and without her, I wouldn't have returned from the void. If she weren't with me, I would have remained in the void for all eternity. I exist only because of Seal and for her, and this fact will never change, regardless of what may come. My sole purpose is to be with Seal, and this unwavering commitment defines my very being. My existence is defined by Seal's presence. She is my other half, my other part. But that doesn't diminish my love for the others. I love them with all my heart, but it's just that my connection with Seal is different. Well, anyway, let's set that matter aside for now, as some things are better left untouched. So, from that night, Shizu and I have been in a romantic relationship. One could say that we are almost married. The only reason it's almost is because I haven't asked her for marriage yet, but I am planning to ask her soon. Also, after 11 months from that day or 3 years after I saved Shizu, her hero's egg hatched, and she evolved into a true hero. This evolution occurred while she was in battle with Vels. It happened when Vels came over after a long time. Upon seeing Shizu, she inquired about her. When I briefed her, she and Shizu had a conversation. As usual, they didn't let me hear. Afterward, they engaged in a duel. It wasn't a fight born of anger or jealousy, rather, it was just a normal duel where Vels wanted to gauge Shizu's strength. In that duel, her hero's egg hatched, and she evolved into a true hero. During her evolution, as always, Seal hijacked the process and enhanced her strength. During her evolution, with a little assistance from Seal, her previous unique skill Blaze evolved into the ultimate skill Flame King. Hestia and her other unique skill Illumination evolved into the ultimate skill Light King, Thea. I don't know why, but Seal didn't help Shizu evolve her other unique skill. Also, after evolving into a true hero, she became a Supreme Chaos Spirit, without getting assistance from Seal for this. After fighting with Shizu, Vels stayed for some time and then left. After that event, not much happened for at least 1 year. We continued to live as we always had, occasionally going on adventures. During that time, Shizu asked Veldora and me to teach her our techniques to become stronger. She expressed her desire to become as strong as possible to live with me. Despite my reassurances that she didn't need to be strong, she didn't listen to me. 1 year later, after evolving into a true hero, she had a duel with Veldora. During that duel, Veldora went overboard and started to use more of his power. And in the heat of battle, seeing the chance, Seal helped Shizu evolve further, similar to how Chloe evolved. And with Ciel's little help and guidance, Shizu evolved into a new race. Practically, it is impossible to go any further than Divine Human, which is achieved after becoming a true hero because it's the peak of human evolution. But because of my magicals fusing with her and because of its influence, she was able to evolve further. It's like, in a way she is connected with me directly, and because I don't have any restrictions on me, she also able to evolve, but only with Ciel's help and guidance. After her evolution, she became a completely new race known as the True Spirit, and attained an existence similar to that of a true dragon. This new race is distinct from any other, resembling the true dragon lineage. As a true spirit, she embodies an existence akin to that of a true dragon, essentially becoming a natural phenomenon like us. Shizu transitioned into a true spirit due to her pre-existing connection with spiritual energies, particularly after absorbing the spirit that I bestowed upon her. Thus, her final stage of evolution led her to become a true spirit. She evolved similarly to how I evolved into a true dragon, which means she is now both a human and a true spirit simultaneously, much like how I am a primordial demon and a true dragon simultaneously. In essence, she reincarnated into a body of a true spirit while retaining the essence of a divine human. This makes her a true spirit and a divine human simultaneously, similar to my dual nature as a primordial and true dragon. Additionally, after incarnating into a true spirit, her physical material body has become stronger, now known as a true humanoid spirit body akin to my own true demonic dragon body. And since true spirits and true dragons are almost the same races, with the only difference being that true spirits do not have dragon in their name and don't have a dragon form. Other than that, there is no difference between true dragons and true spirits. Because of this similarity, I also absorbed Shizu after her evolution into a true spirit and turned her into my skills, just as I have done with the true dragon siblings. With that, Azathoth now has 2 new sub-skills, True Spirit Release and True Spirit Nucleation. Both of these skills are identical to True Dragon Release and True Dragon Nucleation, except for their names, otherwise, they have the same functions. I don't know why, but Seal is against the idea of integrating True Spirit Release into True Dragon Release and True Spirit Nucleation into True Dragon Nucleation. She said that even if both races are similar and both skills have the same functions, it wouldn't be a good idea to merge them. I didn't ask her why she said this, but if she believes it wouldn't be beneficial, then there's no need to pursue it. After evolving into a true spirit, she gained 2 new intrinsic skills. 1. Divine Spirit Haki. 2. Universal Sense. Divine Spirit Haki is similar to our True Dragon's Dragon Spirit Haki, and it is as potent as our Haki. Universal Sense is similar to our Universal Sense. During that fight, Veldora used Time Stop and activated the suspended world. Seizing the opportunity, Seal assisted to Shizu evolve into a digital life form. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that during Shizu and Ciel's conversation, Seal convinced Shizu to undergo some experiments, thereby making her stronger in the process. I think it's acceptable because it's a win-win situation for both of them. Nothing serious, just Seal doing her thing, which is finding more lab rats to experiment on. And even if I try to say something, it won't make a difference because when two women unite together on one thing, then men can't do anything about it. Anyway, now she is one of 4 digital lifeforms in the world. They are me, Seal, Chloe, and now Shizu. Actually, when Chloe absorbed Chronoa and became one with her, she also became a digital lifeform. This transformation occurred because Chronoa was a manas, and a manas is a type of digital lifeform. When Chloe absorbed her manas and became one with it, she also became a digital lifeform. And after evolving into a digital lifeform, Shizu gained a new intrinsic skill, which is also similar to mine, called information particle manipulation. Now, Shizu has 3 intrinsic skills. 1. Divine Spirit Haki. 2. Universal Sense. 3. Information particle manipulation. I don't know why Chloe didn't have this intrinsic skill, even though she is a digital lifeform. I think it's because of my magicals fusing with Shizu that she acquired a skill similar to mine. Other individuals who can move in the suspended world, like Veldora, Milam, and Guy, belong to the category of digital nature, not digital lifeform. Digital nature shares similarities with digital lifeform but also possesses distinct differences. Digital nature refers to beings who can interfere with information particles and manipulate them, enabling them to move in the suspended world. However, digital lifeform beings are superior to digital nature. Digital lifeforms can interfere with information particles and manipulate them at will by using their intrinsic skill, information particle manipulation. It's like this. For example, there are 2 beings, one is a slime, and the other is a human, and they both possess a unique skill, gluttony. However, the key difference is that the slime will be able to use gluttony more effectively and bring out its full potential, using it to its maximum power, while, on the other hand, a human can also use this skill but not at the level of a slime, and he won't be able to use it to its full potential. This difference arises because slimes have intrinsic skills absorb and dissolve which are highly compatible and completely synchronize with gluttony. If used properly, then that slime can bring out its full potential and use it to its maximum power. But a human doesn't have those skills. Actually, humans don't have any intrinsic skills in the first place. And here is also same situation, beings who are digital nature can interfere with information particles and manipulate them, but not like beings who are digital lifeform. Also, with CL's assistance, Shizu's 2 ultimate and 1 unique skill integrated and became a new ultimate skill, now known as Flame Goddess, Agni. With this skill, she has become the first wielder of a Goddess series skill. And it is one of the skills which is in the same series as Milam's skill Destruction God, Shiva. It is a skill that gives her complete control over the elements of flames, light, and spiritron. Note: in Tensura, flames are superior to fire. Its essence is the flame, heat, light, and spiritron. Because of its essence being flame, heat, light, and spiritron, it enhances her control over the elements of heat and light, making her flames more powerful. Her skill is similar to Velgrin's Divine Flame God, Cthulhu, but at the same time, it's different. Velgrin's Cthulhu grants her complete control over the concept of heat, amplifying her nature which is heat, scorching, and acceleration. However, Shizu's skill, Agni, is different. It grants her control over heat, but it's not as extensive as Velgrin's skill. Here, heat refers to Shizu's increased control over the concept of heat, enhancing the strength of her flames, heat, and light attributes, rather than complete dominion over the abstract concept of heat like Velgrin's Cthulhu. Additionally, Agni grants her complete control over the concept of flames, thereby making her flames strong enough to burn and cut through space and time like a hot knife through butter. So we can say that Velgrin's skill solely focuses on the concept of heat and acceleration, making it the pinnacle of heat-based abilities, and it is also the strongest heat scorch type of skill. It grants her complete control over the abstract concept of heat, allowing her to manipulate heat in any way she desires. On the other hand, Shizu's skill Agni is more diverse and versatile. It offers a broader range of capabilities, granting her control over the concept of heat and complete control over the concepts of flame, light, and spiritron. This versatility allows her to harness a wider array of powers and manipulate them with precision and finesse. Also, because its essence includes spiritron, Shizu can interfere with and manipulate spiritrons, similar to how we interact with information particles. Spiritrons are similar to information particles but have distinct differences. Information particles are superior to spiritrons. Spiritrons are subatomic particles that constitute all forms of spiritual matter, lacking any specific attribute and occupying a position akin to that of neutrons. On the other hand, information particles are contained within all matter in the world, including souls, skills, atoms, and subatomic particles. This implies that spiritrons are also made of information particles in a way. That's why information particles are superior to spiritrons. This knowledge deepens our understanding of the intricate nature of spiritual and informational components within the world of Tensura, shedding light on the fundamental building blocks that underpin its reality. If we delve deeper into spiritrons, we can observe that they are a type of spiritual matter. Normally intangible and invisible to the naked eye, spiritrons can materialize into a solid state under certain conditions. Despite typically being infused with attributes and compounded to form composite-like particles such as magicules, spiritrons are also capable of existing independently. In this state, spiritrons move erratically through space-time in seemingly random patterns, appearing to defy the passage of time and space, and traverse through all kinds of barriers and slipping through physical materials effortlessly. Although the movement of spiritrons appears random, they obey their own set of laws. By understanding these laws, known as the laws of natural spiritron transference, it becomes possible to predict their movement. If this ability is combined with the capability to manipulate spiritrons, it is possible to offset and counteract their movement by projecting additional spiritrons at them, resulting in the two cancelling each other out, leading to the cancellation of their effects. It should be noted that an attack with a fluctuating or extreme density of spiritrons is extremely difficult to predict, making it an unpredictable attack, which can result in an imperfect defense. And Milam's magical attacks and barriers are based on these spiritrons and their properties, which are her Drago Nova, Drago Buster, and her invisible barrier that she has inherited from Veldanova, along with a few more techniques. With the combined ability to control spiritrons with her flames, Shizu can destroy and cut through any kind of barrier, no matter how powerful it is. However, there are some exceptions such as Michael's Castle Guard, and Milam's Star Barrier, and Invisible Barrier, renowned for their exceptional defensive capabilities. They are not some of the strongest barriers in existence for nothing. Also, because of her ability to control spiritrons, she can also manipulate dark light. When spiritrons become agitated, it is possible for them to release radiation in the form of black-colored pseudo-light waves, which are known as dark light. This dark light is extremely chaotic, scrambling the genes of living beings and piercing through infants that get in its way. The nuclear magic spell Death Streak operates using these principles. So, we can say that dark light is something similar to chaos energy, but it is hundreds of times harder to control than chaos energy. Well, all that taken into consideration, her skill is exceptionally powerful. And yet, that's not all, there is still more to her skill than this. Her skill is like this. Ultimate skill, Flame Goddess, Agni, Sub-skills, 1 Thought Acceleration, Excel, rates the user's thought processing speed up to a factor of a millions of times. 2 Analytical Appraisal, the ability to analyze and assess the target. 3 Chant Annulment, the ability to eliminate the need for chanting when using magic. 4 All of Creation, the ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomena in this world. 5 Multidimensional Barrier, it is a barrier-type skill that achieves absolute defense through the utilization of an always active multilayer barrier in combination with Dimension Fault, the upgraded version of Distortion Field. It boasts a foolproof defense against physical, elemental, and emission-type attacks. While there are attacks that could potentially break it, if the user is able to analyze the nature of the oncoming attack, they can adjust the barrier to block it. Its performance is above that of even Ural's Absolute Guard. 6th Space-Time Domination. It allows the user to manipulate and utilize the elements of space and time, allowing them to perform space-time connection or even instant motion depending on their proficiency. 7 Infinite Regeneration. Infinite regeneration is vastly superior to ultraspeed regeneration. While ultraspeed regeneration can only regenerate the material body, infinite regeneration can also regenerate the spiritual body, the astral body and even the soul. Likewise, while ultraspeed regeneration can be disabled by spiritrons, infinite regeneration continues working under those conditions by increasing the magicule's input. 8 Law Domination. Gives the user absolute control over all laws of the world, magical or scientific, from the 5 basic elements of earth, water, fire, wind, and space, down to the properties of gravity, heat, and inertia, etc. 9 Flame Heat Domination. It gives the user complete control over the concept of flames. Also, it gives the ability to control the concept of heat. In doing so, it increases the power of the user's flames and makes them stronger. It makes the user's flame strong enough to burn and cut through space and time like a hot knife through butter. 10. Light domination. It gives the user complete control over the element of light. The user can use the light element however they want, and they can also use it at their will. 11. Spiritual particles domination. It gives the user complete control over the spiritrons, also known as spiritual particles. It also grants the ability to understand and manipulate the laws of natural spiritron transference. Additionally, it removes the risk of collateral damage, allowing the user to go all out. Dark light domination. The ability to use dark light, which is made when the spiritrons are agitated and release radiation in the form of black-colored pseudo-light waves. Honestly, after seeing her ultimate skill, I can say that she has one of the strongest ultimate skills in the Tensura world. Anyway, after her evolution into a true spirit, she was stronger than Velgrand, but still weaker than Velzard, Guy, Diablo, and Chloe. Initially, she had the potential to reach Velgrand's level of power. However, after some of my magicules fused with her, her potential vastly increased, reaching new levels exceeding the potential of the likes of Chloe, Guy, Diablo, and Vels. Upon her evolution into a true spirit, Veldora took on the role of mentor, teaching her the art of borrowing and utilizing turn null energy from me. Subsequently, she mastered this technique with remarkable speed and ease. Furthermore, Veldora taught her how to tap into Nihilithy energy and borrow it, an ability that she learned, mastered, and incorporated into her arsenal. The amount of Nihilithy energy she can harness is nothing compared to how much Veldora can harness and use, but even with that limited amount, she can match the strength of beings like Velzard, Guy, and others. In comparison to how much Veldora harnesses that Nihilithy energy and his mastery over it, she can only access 5 to 10% of that Nihilithy energy and its potential. However, she can utilize Nihilithy energy without undergoing the process that Veldora experienced, thanks to my magicules. My magicules are accustomed to Nihilithy energy and can withstand any amount of it. As my magicules are fused with her, they are gradually blending with her own magicules, enabling her to harness Nihilithy energy. So it is evident that in time, the amount of Nihilithy energy she can use will increase. Moreover, due to the depth of our soul corridor, which rivals Veldora's, she can borrow both turn null energy and Nihilithy energy through it. This symbiotic relationship between Shizu and my magicules not only expands her repertoire of abilities but also underscores the potency of her potential as a wielder of the strongest energies. However, the most interesting thing is, as time passes, my magicules, which were fused with her, are becoming one with her own magicules, indicating that magicules are compatible with her. But still, this is not enough for her to become stronger than or as strong as the likes of Veldora and Milam, at least not now. However, with this, she can force them to fight her with complete seriousness. But when they become serious, they will defeat her and even kill her in a matter of minutes. When she uses Nihilithy energy, she is a little weaker than Romulus, and when she is in her base form and with turn null energy, she is as strong as Velzard, Guy, Diablo, and Chloe. This difference is only because Romulus has more experience than her. But still, she is as strong as or stronger than Guy, Velzard, Diablo, and Chloe. It's because they have skills and experience, and in this world, existence value doesn't determine someone's strength. It's like this: if we consider two individuals, referred to as A and B, person A has an existence value of around 50 million, 50M, but lacks experience and skills. Here, skills don't refer to unique or ultimate abilities. Conversely, person B has an existence value of 25 million, 25M, yet possesses greater experience and skills than A. In a hypothetical confrontation between them, person B is most likely to emerge as the victor. This outcome stems from the fact that person A lacks experience and skill, relying solely on brute force. In contrast, person B, despite having less energy than A, can utilize it more efficiently due to their experience and skill set. Thus, person B can leverage their expertise to win the fight. And here is the same thing. Even if Shizu has more energy when she used Nihilithy energy, she doesn't have the experience and skills to back it up. That's why she is currently as strong as Velzard, Guy, Diablo, and Chloe, or slightly stronger than them, but ultimately, there are only 50–53% chances that she will win against them. Against Romulus, she only has a 25–30% chance of winning. But if she were to learn our Tempest arts, then she could become as strong as Romulus or slightly weaker than her. However, there are only around 35–40% chances of her winning against Romulus. Her chances of winning against Velzard, Guy, Diablo, and Chloe would increase to 58 to 60%. This slight increase is because they have experience in fighting and skills to back them up. Well, I think she will learn Tempest arts soon because today I am planning to ask her for marriage. To be continued.